Nacho man, yeah. I got to be a Nacho man. Got to be a Nacho man. I got to be a Nacho man.
Welcome, Vault Dwellers. My name is Nacho Bidness, and it's been a while. Sorry about that. I've had some setbacks, and we're not going to go into those right now. But suffice to say, yeah, I haven't made content in a while. But today, we have a special request. I ran across a video in my YouTube feed from another YouTuber named Brandon Gwynn, who titled his video Fallout 4 Cry for Help. And what he's looking for is help with making a couple of double doors and work together. In other words, two power concrete doors back to back operating off of the same switches. And I love a challenge. I wanted to nacho it up a little and maybe see if we could add a little animation to it. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So Brandon said that he does not use Place Anywhere, which means that I am going to assume we're not doing any mods, and we're going to do this in a completely vanilla fashion. That said, I am doing a Sim Settlements playthrough, so I am using some mods, and you might see some extra UI on the side of the screen. Don't worry, it doesn't matter for this build. Same thing with if you see me using something called an insulated switch or an insulated delay on switch. Those are from a mod that allows me to place switches and things that don't have a power radius, which means I'm not accidentally breaking links to things like lights. Very handy, but ultimately not relevant to what we're doing here. They work the same as vanilla items, except that they don't have any kind of power radius that they throw off. So I've gone ahead and set up a few things here already. I've got two doors back to back. Now, Brandon's build was both of these doors actually slammed right up against each other. And you will definitely be able to do that following this tutorial. However, for the sake of this tutorial, I did want to be able to reach in and grab a wire there. At one point, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, you will be able to have these right next to each other, or you could have them spaced out one pillar width apart like I have done here. The other things that I've already gone and set up is I have set up a generator and a switch because I like to do all my wiring unpowered. It's just a good habit to be in if you don't want to be messing up your lighting links. So let's get started. So I've just got a power conduit here. That is my input. That is what is going to power this entire gadget. First thing that I'm going to need are a couple of switches. So I'm going to spread these apart a little bit because we just want to be able to see what's going on. You can definitely pack these a lot closer together and get all this stuff on this power door panel. Next thing that I'm going to want is a single XOR logic gate. Now, I think Brandon may already have this set up complete, but I'm going to go through the entire thing just so anybody who doesn't know how this works can follow along. And Brandon, sorry if you already know how to do this, so apologies. Anyways, so we got power to one of our switches. Now I'm going to wire glitch to the other switch. If you don't know how to wire glitch, you look through the wire at the conduit that you want to wire to, and you press the Y button. You might hear a slight buzz, but I'm not dragging a wire around. But if I come over to this switch, I press the Y button again, it turns white, and you can see that there's just a little wire sticking through there. Some people don't like to have wires screwed through walls. I'm indifferent about that. I feel like if my character has the ability to build all these amazing things, he probably has a drill and he can drill a hole for a wire. Anyway, next thing to do is we're going to hook both of these switches to the XOR gate input. So I'm going to wire glitch to this other switch, and I don't think it, yep, okay, we got it. What this allows us to do is if both switches are on, because XOR says if only one power is on, the output is live. So if both switches are on, the door is closed. If both switches are off, there's no power in the gate and the doors are closed. If one is on and one's off, the door's open. So that is connecting to door number 1, and to get door number 2 to work, it's real simple. We just wire glitch to door number 2, and we're ready to go ahead and test this kind of level 1 version of the build. So we're gonna turn that switch on so we get some power in our circuits here. I hit this switch, and hey, the door's open, and the doors close. And if I go through the doors, I can open and shut them from the other side. The nice thing about a setup like this is that no matter the state of this switch on this side, I can always open and shut the doors from the other side. So I can never get locked in or locked out. Now, I said that I wanted to nacho this up a little bit and add a little bit of animation to it. Because if both doors open simultaneously, you don't really see it, do you? So, this is where I was talking about wanting to be able to reach in here and disconnect a wire. So I'm going to disconnect door number 2. And instead, I am going to run door number 2 through a delay on switch, and that will allow me to put just a little skip between having both of them open and close simultaneously. And so because we are going to do this vanilla, I am going to still try my best to hide my wires, and that means I'm going to just grab a couple of rugs here so that we can rug glitch that delay switch into the bowl when we're done. So we'll just get this guy on my rug, and we'll get another one so that we can extend our reach a little bit. And so, yep, we've got all that assembled. Next thing to do is let's program the delay on that switch. If we go into miscellaneous and get ourselves a terminal, and actually, why don't I go ahead and turn my main off, but we're going to get ourselves a terminal, and we are going to hook this to our switch. I like to do this with just an isolated circuit like this, because if I tried to do this like on my main settlement power grid, I have other delay switches and other things around my settlement that I would inadvertently change if I was doing this hooked to the main grid. So I'm going to say a 1 second delay. That may actually be a little bit too long, but for the purposes of our video here, we can use a 1 second delay so that we'll be able to illustrate what has happened. So we're just going to store those. We don't need that terminal anymore. And next I'm going to hook door number 1 to, oh shoot, I got it off my rug. Oops, oops, oops. Let's see, is that, no, it's gonna be a booger about it. So let's just go back over here and put this back on a rug. There we go. Place anywhere is just so much easier. Anyways, so we've got door number 1 hooked to this, and we have disconnected door number 1 from door number 2. So when door number 1 powers up, this is going to have a 1 second delay in it, and we'll wire glitch door number 2. There we go. And we'll rug this into our wall. We won't spend too much time trying to make it look perfect or anything. And there we are. We can power up our gadget again and hit the door. One opens and two opens. And when they close, because this is secure, they slam together at the same time. That is exactly what I wanted to happen. Here's the problem, and some of you may have already spotted it. When you open the door from this side, one opens first and then two. I did fiddle with trying to make this a level 3 build and add functionality to have the door open on the side of the switch activation. That is very difficult. I am frankly not going to reveal how long I spent before I gave up because I was bored and ready to just go ahead and make this video. But suffice to say, it's very difficult because the way this logic gate works is constantly checking the states of the switches, and for the doors to be open, one has to be on and one has to be off. But it doesn't know which is on and which is off. The game doesn't provide us with a way to track the state of a switch and react to it turning on or turning off. I hope that makes sense. It is kind of an advanced electrical concept that is hard to explain in a short YouTube video that is not going to bore people to death. Suffice it to say, I fiddled around with power counters and logic gates and everything you can think of in the vanilla game, and finally got to a point where it's like, man, how much build resources and build space would I be willing to spend on having this animation reversible? And the answer is not that much. So sorry to disappoint if we were hoping to have that animation reverse, but it is a very, very challenging thing to build. Still, I think and I hope that I have answered Brandon's question, and I hope everyone else might have learned something today too. If you did, please be sure and hit the like button. If you didn't like, please tell me why in a comment, because I want to know how to get better. And if you're new to the channel, poke around a little bit. My magnum opus is still Dance Dance Revolution. I was really proud of that one, but I've built a lot of other fun electrical gadgets over the years as well. And if you like that kind of stuff and you want to see more, be sure and subscribe. Until next time, my name is Nacho Bidness, and I'm saying it's a great big wasteland out there. Let's go have fun in it.